What's going on YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and we are continuing our 2017 midseason college football predictions with the Miami Hurricanes. And you can see here, this is how I originally predicted their season would go. I had them losing one game so far to Florida State. And if DeAndre Francois was healthy, I still think Florida State wins that game. So I think I've done a pretty good job on Miami so far. Obviously, you cannot predict something like that. And they actually haven't played Arkansas State. That's game has not been played. So yeah, just missed one game. And again, I still think Miami would have lost that game if DeAndre Francois was there. So let's clear it out and move ahead to Syracuse, a team that just upset Clemson. Yes, the team is very hot right now. But they come into Miami, and it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be tough to slow down Eric Dungy in that offense. A couple of really good receivers. I was impressed with them against Clemson. But they're going to be on an emotional high for that Clemson game. It's going to be tough to get back down to earth. And I think Miami kind of wakes them up here. And I do like the Hurricanes to win this game over Syracuse. Moving on to the next game. If you saw my my preseason predictions there, I had North Carolina winning this game for some strange reason. I can't really explain why. I mean, I even said preseason North Carolina was going to be bad this year. North Carolina and Pitt. I called both of those. They turned out to be true. So I don't know why. I just thought Miami would slip up somewhere. But this is not a game they're going to slip up on. They will beat North Carolina very bad. It will not be close. So I think Miami wins that game. And here's the next game. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I think the winner of this Virginia Tech-Miami game will obviously win the division, and I think have a legitimate chance, a real legitimate chance to get to the college football playoffs. Yes, I think this is one of the biggest games of the season, Miami versus Virginia Tech, because the path for both teams to win the ACC championship is not that tough. And I think Miami's going to win this game. Because it's at home, I think they get it done. You're looking at Virginia Tech. If they can get by, I think Georgia Tech, and they've already had the loss to Clemson. But other than that, I think if Virginia Tech can win this game, I think they can possibly get to the playoffs. Miami, I think, is in the driver's seat now to get to the playoffs with this win. Up next would be Notre Dame at home. I think finally Miami slips up. They finally lose a football game, and it's at home to Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is just a really good football team this year. So that's a huge game as well. That's another game that will have playoff implications. Notre Dame will really need that win. Miami doesn't have to have it if they win out in the ACC championship. They're probably in the playoffs anyway. So I think Miami wins that game. Notre Dame wins that game. Looking ahead to Virginia, a team that's a lot better than we thought they would be. A tough, high-powered offense. It'll be at home for Miami, though. 3 games in a row here at home. They have a very nice schedule. I mean, look at this schedule. It is very, very nice. Road games. The only road games they have are Florida State, Duke, North Carolina, and Pitt. North Carolina and Pitt are terrible. Duke, not all that good. And then Florida State, they already got past them as well. So it's a very, very favorable schedule. I don't think there's any way Miami doesn't win at least 10 games in the regular season. And maybe they even do better than that, 11 or 12. I don't know. So at Pitt would be next. I do have them winning that game. It should be, again, an easy win for them. And so you're looking at the rest of the schedule, and it really just comes down to those 2 games, Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. Syracuse and Virginia are not bad. Those will be probably interesting games, at least through halftime. But I do think Miami is way more talented, and they will win those games. So it's just like I said preseason. This team could have a really good record, but not be as good as their record indicates, because I still don't think Miami is an elite team. I think they're a really good football team, but I don't think they're an elite team, like an Alabama or even a Penn State team like that. So 9-3 is what I originally predicted. We're going to change a couple of games here. Obviously that North Carolina game, I don't know what I was thinking there. And then we're also going to change the Florida State game, which obviously has already happened, so we have to change that one. So they go from 9-3 now. I have them at 11-1, 7-1 overall. And that's actually not even correct, because it should be 8-0. That one loss was not a conference game. So I apologize for that. I messed up there. So 11-1, 8-0 in the conference, and that's exactly what NC State is. So we're going to see NC State and Miami meet in the ACC championship. I will discuss that game. Actually, NC State's 10-2, 8-0 in the conference. But we'll discuss that game. We'll have our ACC championship predictions, all the conference championship predictions on Friday, as well as my playoff predictions. So, yeah, if Miami can get by NC State, I think you already have it figured out that I do have Miami in the playoffs. So we'll see if it happens. If my predictions say it'll happen, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. But you get what I'm saying here. So what are your thoughts on Miami? Leave a comment down below. What do you think their final record will be this season? And that's going to do it for this one. We're going to continue with our ACC predictions the rest of today. So stay tuned for those videos and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports YouTube channel.